In this next video, I'm going to show you another prototype of one of our primary source skill building activities, analyzing a visual primary source. As with the first activity you saw in the first video, the student is shown an introduction to the activity, which includes the learning objectives, the length of the activity, and the number of questions. So you'll see here that this activity has 7 questions, will take about 20 minutes to complete, and will cover the historical and critical thinking skills for viewing and analyzing a visual primary source. Again, because this is a formative assessment, students will receive credit for completing the activity rather than a grade based on how many questions they get right. The activity starts with a section, Look Closely, which presents the visual to the student, in this case, a painting, and provides some additional context, the title of the painting, who created it, for whom it was created, and the reason it was created. The first question is a multiple choice knowledge check, asking students to practice looking closely at an image and noting what they see. For these types of questions, students will have 2 attempts to answer the questions. If they answer incorrectly on the first try, the feedback gives students some guidance to help them try again. If the student gets the question wrong on the second attempt, they will be shown the correct answer with feedback so that they can learn more. If the student gets the question right, they are shown feedback reaffirming and explaining the correct answer. The following 2 questions are accompanied by enlarged sections of the painting, as you'll see here. And these questions are both free response questions, giving students an opportunity to think critically, write a little bit, and answer in their own words. If the student meets the character count, they will receive detailed feedback, helping them to assess their own response and understand what information an ideal response would contain. The second section of the activity, Consider the Audience and Context, covers the skills of audience and contextualization, again, with formative assessment questions that give students a chance to practice what they've just learned and receiving detailed feedback that helps them reflect on their own learning and learn more about what is presented. The third and final section of the activity, Consider the Meaning, asks students to put it all together. They are asked to take another look at the painting as a whole and answer a final free response question that asks them to apply all that they've just learned and analyze the meaning and consider the message of the painting. Again, students are offered detailed feedback to help them review and expand on their learning. The final question here is a survey-style reflection question that asks students to reflect on what they've just learned and articulate how they will apply that to their future work with primary sources. There is no right or wrong answer or feedback. Students simply need to meet the minimum required character count. This helps students think about their learning and solidify what they just learned. Finally, after completing the activity, the student can review a summary page that summarizes their progress and lets them return to any question. It helps them stay mindful of what they were meant to learn from the activity and consider this in their future studying. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video.